Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Just doing a little update here as we progress through on the 63. It's been a while since I posted some videos, so I'm just going to run through what's been going on with the 63 and keep you guys all in the loop. So hope you're enjoying these videos. They're going to keep coming as they progress along here. And yeah, we'll just keep this thing going. But greatly do appreciate it. Well, here we are in the shop with the 63. Last time you guys saw this, it was probably, sitting up on jacks and all that. But yeah, so I got the pan and the body mounted. I don't know if you all know, but this car is sitting all full air in the front and the rear. So yeah, it was a kind of a nightmare to bolt the pan to the body. I'm not gonna lie, because pretty much every panel in this car, let's open this so you can see, was replaced. So these heater channels are the really nice green heater channels. They're supposed to be some of the best. You can still see a little bit of the green paint over there, but these were all welded in by myself. As you can tell, I did a very nice job, but it just takes a lot of time. But anyway, going back to that, so this side here, which is the passenger side, all the bolts pretty much lined up. I will say they were pretty close. That being said, the driver's side was an absolute nightmare. They were all off by a good 3/16 of an inch. So I had to bore the holes out a little bit on the bottom side to get all the bolts to fit. Now the weird part is, one side to the other, this car is within about a 1/16 to an 1/8 of being completely square sitting on the body. Did a lot of measuring. It just takes a while to do all this. But the weird part is everything lined up on this side except for the far two bolts in the front. Now this side all lined up, or didn't line up, but the two bolts in the front did. So yeah, I don't know how all that works out, but it was a royal pain. I got it all in. As you can see, progressing along here. Got my dash, put my dash back together. Just getting parts as I go. I got a long way to go, but I wanted to get these doors mounted, final fit, before I do all the final sanding and painting on these. As you can tell, very adamant about keeping body lines straight while I'm doing this. This just takes a lot of work. It just takes patience. If you're going to do something like this, just take your time. As you can see, the door gaps are pretty much spot on. The body lines are spot on. The trim holes line up perfect. One thing I do not like is when guys restore bugs like this and you see the door sagging and the trim is not lined up. That absolutely drives me nuts. So that's not going to happen on this car. But anyway, we'll just kind of walk around here. It is very low, as you can tell. I will have to put 1/4 to 3/8 spacers on the rear so they will not rub the inner fender wells. But that is something I'll get done down the road. That's an easy fix. Just put some longer studs in there on the wheels and put some spacers in there, and that'll be fine. Front doesn't hit anywhere. I've already put the fenders on and checked all that. The one thing I did have to do on the fenders, and I'll just show you here, is I had to hammer the headlight buckets in just a little bit, and I will finish these so they're nice, and that little hammer indention on there will be nice and smooth, and I'll body work it all out, and once I do all the paint and everything on them, you'll never know. They'll look like that's how it was made. But that's what you have to do sometimes to get it to work when you go this low. So yeah, full air. Got air shocks on the front. These does have disc brake kit and all that on it. Been working on wiring in some of my earlier videos you guys seen. I got most of the wiring all done. The car does have a battery in it. I did hook it up. Everything works. Headlights, tested all that. Blinkers. Will start. Turns the motor over. I just threw this in here the other day because I'm going to be wiring up a bunch of stuff to this. I still got to find a place where I want to mount this auxiliary panel here with all the fuses in it. But anyway, yeah, she's getting wired up. Just kind of going over all this stuff as we go. You know, front end was all custom made by myself, other than the shocks. This beam barely fits. This is a 4-inch narrowed beam, and as you can tell, it is very tight to the car. It does fit, I will admit. I mean, barely, but it does fit. If you do these and you do the through rods, a lot of people don't explain all this stuff. They just, you know, kind of show you what's going on, but I kind of want to explain all this a little more so you guys can kind of see what's going on. But these are through rods. I've got these from Limebug over in the UK. I buy a lot of their parts. These are their air shocks. These are their through rods. And then sourcing these white, what are they, Delrin? I believe they're Delrin bushings. You do not want to use red bushings, the urethane bushings, because they are garbage and they will squeak and they'll wear out really quick. These Delrin bushings are extremely hard, a lot harder than the red ones. Do not use the red ones. They will not work. Trust me on this. Been down this road. So anyway, custom beam, I had to put grease inserts in here so you can grease it up so it all lubes up just like it would. I have to weld on this bracket down here. I don't know if you can see that, but this little bracket here, so you know, I welded all this on, and so you can put your shocks and bolt all those on there and everything. But yeah, all new brake lines. I mean, everything's brand new. All the steering components are all brand new. Everything's pretty much brand new. I did, you know, reuse some factory parts that I'm trying to keep factory, like this latch release and such, but you know, I'm trying to keep a lot of the factory parts going if I can. But yeah, so we're making progress. We come around this side of the car, you can see, you know, doors the same, all lines up perfect, and all that. So let's look in here. I got my dash going in. I did have a bad speedo, so I had to put a new speedo in. It's a actual speedo for the car the same year. The one that was in here, I believe, was for a 66 or 67. Wasn't the right one. So anyway, this steering wheel will not stay. That's just in there so I can get everything hooked up and moving around and whatnot. But yeah, going along on that. Wiring kit I had in a previous video, and it wired up very nicely. As you can see, I did have to extend some wires in the engine bay if you do this and you want it to look neat. So here's the engine. I do have some parts on order. This pulley and this pulley are getting replaced. They will be pretty cool. They're aftermarket billet, but yeah, those are on order. And then these hoses, I will cover. I believe it's called Hose Candy. If I can find the link, I'll put it in the description. But there is a company that makes covers for these called Hose Candy. So anyway, that makes them look a lot nicer. And then we go around here. I got dual CADs on this. This engine has been completely rebuilt, bored out, bigger cam. Everything's pretty chunky in it. And so I did end up going with the hard lines in the back. Those are really nice, actually. So those just bolt into the back. You can see back here. They are already all pre-bent and everything, so pretty nice. Yeah, dual CADs. These wires aren't going to stay on here. I'm just going to get black, but it's just for now so I can get it fired up. And you probably noticed that I put the polished covers over those tar boards. I wasn't really liking those tar boards, and then I put these in. Man, these things were a pain to get in here and make look nice. I had to do a lot of trimming, but I got them in and they look really good. As you can see, they line up perfect on all the factory seams and everything. It just takes a lot of time and trimming. But anyway, getting all that done. Let's just see here. Had one snafu with this stupid throttle cable deal. It had the roller wheel on it. It was the wrong application. I ended up just modifying it myself, making it work. There's just things like that you're going to have to do to make things like this work. But yeah, anyway, just a little quick update here on the bug. We're coming along. Like you say, she's all bolted down. She's all sitting on her air ride like she should. Everything works as it should. Air's up and down. I'm getting really close to starting this. It does run. I've had it running in other videos. But yeah, it's looking good though. Coming along. Just takes time, like I said. Don't try to rush things because you'll end up screwing stuff up. So yeah, we're going to be putting pop-out windows, the front window and side windows. I got to get an interior and all that stuff going on this. So I want to get this part of it 100% complete and ready to go driving before I start finishing out the fenders and the doors and all that. So anyway, yeah. So yeah, quick little video here. I appreciate you guys following along on this little journey. And as I progress through this, I'll just keep you guys in the loop and keep making these videos. I hope you do appreciate this, and on the next one. See ya.